What's up everybody, Vlad here, and today we go back to basics. Let's start with the beginning. What is UI and UX? Intro. Oh, I don't have one. Anyway, so according to Wikipedia, the user interface is the industrial design field of human-computer interaction, is the space where interactions between humans and machines occur. Pretty straightforward. User experience refers to a person's emotions and attitudes about using a particular product, system, or service. It includes the practical, experiential, effective, meaningful, and value aspects of human-computer interaction and product ownership. Okay, the industry changed a bit in the last 10 years or so when I started, and we had graphic designers who were in print basically, and then you had web designers who were into web. No one in the market, from my level at least, knew what or thought about user interface and user experience being part from one product design that you create. It was very straightforward, so you would just do something super nice, eye candy. It was more of a eye-catching experience in terms of visuals, and then your business. If you could do that, you would be a great designer like that. Today we simplify the shit out of a design, not to make the process easier, but to make it more prolific and more result-driven. Let me give you an example. Okay, on the left side we have a 7 years old design, and on the right side we have a present design. You can see that, as I said earlier, on the left side we have more graphical elements, which makes it a bit clunky and looks more like a poster nowadays, right? You have so many elements, you have so many textures. It's very difficult to work with this when it comes to molding this website for different screens. Today, another factor is that we pay attention to mobile and tablets, and obviously they have different resolution and different screens than desktops. So the design of the left, it was a pain to work with when it comes to CSS coding. You had to slice in your Photoshop each piece. It was a pain. It wasn't that efficient, takes a long time to load, especially with the poor internet connection back in the days. But now, if we look on the right side, we see this modern, fresh looking page that doesn't have so many graphical elements. It's much more easier to make them with CSS and SVG files. It's easy to make it responsive, and you can use more JavaScript to make it more interesting. Also, we're gonna load faster. The other benefit of the UI evolution is that we emphasize the UX. UX, it's a major player nowadays to create a digital product. Or if I would say, this applies to any kind of product. How do I put it? Any product, even if it's digital or not, you want to look good, but actually to function properly. And don't get me wrong, UX will be part of a creation process. You cannot extract from this process the usability and then the UI, and you can say like, oh, I have this UI here, it's enough. No. When you start creating the UI, you always think about UX. And UX is not something that only designers can do. Anyone can think about the product and how the product should behave, what the product should tell you. It's a very collaborative way of work. It's not like you're gonna go to your desk, you're gonna sit down and, oh wow, now I'm gonna do my UX. Of course you can do that by experience, but you need to engage with people. No matter how good you are, you need to engage with people and, make the research, get feedback, and so on and so forth. The downside of not paying attention to UX, you're gonna end up with crappy product, and definitely you don't want that. Think about Apple. Apple had a massive success because they really focused on that. After they did it, nowadays the UX is kind of the standard. As a designer, you need to take this in consideration. So now we know what UI and UX stands for, but what about psychology? This is a big one, right? You need to know some basics in order to be a successful UX designer. You kind of need to know how people react to certain things, how they behave in different environments. I know it sounds a bit shitty, but you need to manipulate that, and they need to follow wherever it is what you want to follow in your product, right? And that's gonna lead to the result that you want. For example, if you create a button that doesn't look like a button, but it's sort of a call to action, then do not expect that people are gonna click it. Because this process of UI UX became so complex nowadays, and you can be a UI designer and you say, you know, I don't want to go in all the research, and I don't want to talk with all these people, I don't want to think about the project that much, I want just to create beautiful imagery. Then you can be just a UI designer and you can do great. I mean, UI in the end of the day is the ultimate frontier where your users will gonna hit your product, and this is what they're gonna see first. That's fine. If you want to be a UX designer only, then you don't need to have all these UI skills about how things need to look, typography, colors, and so on and so forth. You create more the strategies of the product. Some companies are doing that already because they have so big projects that you really need to split your people in order to be efficient. Okay guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.